somewhat unsurprisingly. Oh, I don't have audio on. I think somewhat unsurprisingly, all the decks at the final, sort of semi-finals, finals, have all been aggressive. In fact, I've played... Well, I've only played one not aggressive deck so far. But don't think OG really cares. I'm sure these couple games will demonstrate. Not the most obvious discard, actually. I sort of want to go 3-drop into 3-drop plus 1-drop, and I need the lands to do that. Well, greed is good, right? I should get rid of island so I can multicast these, just in case. Let's go with the card draw. This is kind of why I wanted to get rid of the humiliation, because this lead out is very, very, very strong. Just walk where I don't want to discard anything. Yeah. This is fine. I could go Informant plus the Soul Warden here. I could just play Seagate Oracle, try and find a land. I think this is more accurate, even if it's a that's a very strong, but I think the land is required. So that's already 3 deal 3 damage spells. It might be safe to play OG, but in a spot where I can go Soul Warden plus Illyrios, I think that's completely fine. I can always play OG and Humiliation to get the OG bounce trigger, which I can also hold up at instant speeds if I go to end step, bait the removal on OG and then flicker it. Is kind of cool. Anyway, I'm thinking in advance, not thinking about this turn. This is actually very easy, I think anyway. Gain a lot of life with Soul Warden. Threaten the double block on the Horn Stone Seeker with the 3-2 and the 1-3. I don't mind if the 3-2 dies, it's the 2-3 that kind of matters. Either way, I'm more than happy to double block. I'm not going to triple block. If they use removal for the reflection, they're not playing out to board. My guy still doesn't die. It's still a 1-for-1 trade no matter what, and this isn't killing OG. That's probably one of the few punishments for this move, but as I've said already, they're not playing to board this way, so it cannot be bad. Here they're tapped out, they don't have anything, so this is perfect. That's very strong. I'd like to roll that next turn. This is just perfect for a free flicker, so I'm going to get another 3-2 for free. Also should have gone to combat, just did miss 2 damage, but in the grand scheme of things, it's 99 times out of 100, if not more often than that, is going to be irrelevant, because we go over the top, so missing out on 2 damage is largely meaningless. Yep, so Ambergris is definitely concerning. However, I think it's just Daxos and the Informant, but if I'm doing that I may as well see what's on the top. Oh wait, no, this just taps it. I thought this was a different card. Yeah, this is completely fine. Now they can't rummage the hand away, so there's no card draw. Look what's on the top of the deck. Hopefully it's land. Well, that's extremely powerful, so obviously I'll keep that. Now, we'll just close the game as fast as we can. I'm basically saying I'm bored, let's go next game, I've won the game already. To bounce the Ambergris, make sure they never get card draw. Yeah. Yep. Fair enough. I think my opponent set it to coin flip again. They should be winning the coin flip, so if I'm going first, I'll just simply concede the game back and I'll ask them to be on the play. My opponent goes first. Okay, don't need to worry about that. Hand is totally fine. I have 2 lands, 3 lands, and removal. And life gain. Yeah, just everything. Blood's totally fine on the 1-1. Of course, it's still good value for them to get it out, but I do actually prefer them playing the Anax in this spot, but yeah, this is one way of playing. But not playing Anax into removal is just as bad as playing all of this into removal for the Thermal Alchemist, so in the end I actually disagree with that line, but now, Reflector Mage is kind of cool. Broussard's okay. I prefer Reflector Mage simply because Broussard will just give them the guy back, and this will put the body on board, deny this for a number of turns, significant turns, where I should be able to draw my way out. Really, I'm just looking for land every turn I possibly can. Might not happen, which is the only way this game gets interesting, I think, is if I fail to find land. We'll see what we end up doing. And Daxos and Thraben Inspector seems to be a fairly strong lead out next turn. Okay, I assume there's another shock in my future. Okay. So if this is the only value they have, we do find the land as well. I simply get rid of this, and it will transform back into the base, which doesn't do anything at all. And they have no cards in hand. Pretty much. I'm not even going to bother with the Essence Flux, I'm just going to leave the Thraben Inspector. Of course, it is best draw for them to get a shock, but in that position I'm not too concerned, and holding up Essence Flux for the shock I don't think makes too much sense when I sort of want to dump my hand anyway. It's still valuable with pretty much everything else I've got going on. Shield Breaker is completely fine, not concerned about that. Take the opportunity here to be aggressive. This is extremely slow now that it comes in and just sits there. I can bounce it or return it to their hand They are not going to be happy when I do, because this is just going to do absolutely nothing. Very reasonable discard there. Makes a lot of sense. For all the reasons I've been yapping on about. Ember Hauler definitely gets rid of some of the aggression. I think getting rid of Brassard is slightly better, but that's fine. So now I probably want to just play Priest of Ancient Lore and flicker it. That way I can draw a bunch of cards. Still looking for land, which is why I'm not going for OG. That's very good. Now I have paths up as well. So I can attack with the Brassard. Not concerned about attacks back when I have two of these flicker spells in hand. And they're basically top, well, they are top decking. This is fine. Very, very simple blocks. I can also do this without fear because I have a second flicker spell. So if they have removal here, that's fine. I just trade it for one of the Essence Flux or Cloud Shifts. And if they don't have it, hey, everything's going as planned. No pumps as well. So I was assuming that was the other thing that they had. Okay, here's just... well, I still don't think it's OG because double spelling is awkward when I want to keep up the Cloud Shift. So I'm actually just going to play Daxos. And then keep up all of these on defense. I'm going to attack with Thraben and Spectre is just fine. Chip in the damage. My board's massive. Paths and Cloud Shift and Rescue Chwinga, very strong defensively. Ren's Resolve's a good one to top deck. Find a creature in a land, reasonable. Is this going to be blitzed in? No, it's not. Okay. Now I can just block Anax Hardened in the Forge with the 2/5 and not do anything. Just note that if I do this though, and then I will go to flicker this Priest of Ancient Lore, this will die in the interim. Okay. I'll just return the Priest of Ancient Lore, just more card draw. No point in playing OG until I find something, yeah, to do with it. That's pretty good. But just keep drawing. Okay. Just past the turn. I'm gonna play OG next turn now. I really want to do it with something that draws a card, as in have this out and use this activated ability when that's the case. So to just charge. Here I'm going to paths, so return this and return that. Now they can't even cast that this turn as it's going to cost 4 mana. And I have 2 mana Rassard. They do get this Flame Channeler back, but they're still top decking. I don't foresee this flipping over, especially I can deny it if I want. I don't really care if this is burned, simply because I have nothing really too valuable to die, and if they target the priest, of course, it's just a very, very easy flicker spell there. Now I can Rassard, get rid of probably... does it really matter? I guess Flame Channeler is the only thing that can give them card advantage, which is the only thing relevant at this point. Play Rassard and I still have access to Cloud Shift, and now I'm going to draw the Circuit Mender. And again, this is just why OG is the strongest commander in the format. Didn't get challenged by like removal heavy decks or control heavy decks, but those are also not really of concern because of the amount of value you get when all your creatures draw cards. You're always trading 2 for 1 up, so it's just strong against control. It's strong against aggro, as we've seen throughout all the games I've really played. That's more or less why it was banned. There's a certain Discord server that played this format a lot. I left it a while ago now, but back when I was had a look into the format, they banned OG for all of those reasons. Here's just, I can even just play the Circuit Mender, but I can afford to play safe. It really just doesn't matter at this point. If I really cared, I would be tapping the gate to C tower, making sure I have wide open. Now I don't mind losing Priest of Ancient Law. Trays with everything, even if it trays for a 1-2, I don't really care. I have an Elite Guard Mage, I have Circuit Mender, I have everything. Completely irrelevant. Comes back Anax. Costing 6, I guess when they put it to the command zone they didn't get rid of the perpetual text. Well, this looks like a concession. I mean, they could have something with the 1 treasure. It doesn't really matter. Whatever. Those tokens can't block anyway. Cool thing with OG, not that it needed it, is it also triggers on the opponent's turn as well. Well, that will win. If I didn't have a win before, that will win. GG's.